Thank you, guys. Thank you.
All right now, wasn't that fun? Let's try something else.
What the fuck are you doing in my dressing room?
This is Brad's dressing room.
Right here, man. This is MTV.
Are we starting? The next hour, you're going to see behind the scenes of Linkin Park. You're going to see what we do before a show, what we eat, and us sitting on toilets. Let's start with the toilets. The British will love that, huh? Like toilet humor. This ain't Top of the Pops, yo. It's very kitschy. The Han is weird. Alright. We're in Utah at the end of the Countdown to Revolution tour. It's snowing outside, so we're hanging out in here. We got our entertainment center. Very entertaining. Yeah, this is a Limp Bizkit hand-me-down. Our production manager used to work for them, and I guess Wes painted this, but we're lucky to have it. It's kind of a loaner. Chris is our production manager. He let us borrow this until ours gets made. So it's good to have like one of these in the dressing room, you know. Every day that you show up, you have a rider. That's what it's called. I don't know why, but it's basically you submit a list of stuff that you may want in your dressing room that day. For instance, chips and salsa, bagels, deli tray, mushrooms, Snapples, waters. It's usually we always have easy cheese. And also helpful to have hand sanitizer. So when you get gnarly cuts from kids, you scratch your hand when you go in the crowd, you put it on there, and it kills the germs. This is where we keep the Jake. We kind of mount him up against the wardrobe case, right like that. That sounds so bad. We keep him by the wardrobe case, right like that. Yeah. Wardrobe cases can't all be flashy, huh, kids? This is our right-hand birthing device. We have another one for when we birth kids. Because Dave and Brad actually, they're medical students from UCLA, and they know how to birth children. I think the technical term is deliver children. I'm sorry, I'm not a doctor like you. But he didn't go to med school, did he? No, I didn't.
How'd you guys actually sort of hook up? You received a tape, is that right?
Yeah, I got a demo in the mail, and then I pretty much just kind of fell in love with it instantly, and then went in and canceled all of my plans for the entire day, and called my friend at the studio, said I need a couple hours, and went in there, cut the demo, called him I think about 12 hours after the demo arrived in my house, and said I'm ready. and they were pretty surprised about that.
Within 24
I got
hours.
a demo in the mail. I fell in love with it, and I was at my birthday party. Our first songs, they were cruder versions of what we're doing now. Like, you could definitely pick out, okay, here's the rap part.
Yeah.
Okay, here's the electronic
Yeah,
part.
right.
And we basically spent years working in Mike's bedroom and on our own on our songs to create an album, Hybrid Theory, where each track tells a story and is strong, but each track just sounds like Linkin Park. It doesn't sound like, okay, here's the rap
Doing
part.
good, this, by the way. You guys have got your little actions going.
Here's the other part, and so everything is just, you know, combined into one sound.
Yeah.
I find the answers aren't so clear. Wish I could find a way to disappear.
How long had you guys been like sitting on the same tour bus together last year?
6 months.
Yeah.
It was only a bus for about 4 weeks.
It was a van?
It was an RV with 9 guys in it
Nice.
for about 4 months.
And the RV was built for like 6, so it was pretty crammed in there.
That's when Brad and I became the same
Became the
person.
same person,
Right.
okay.
There just wasn't room to have
Because
two.
there was a room, to have both of us sleep in an area, so we both kind of combined.
When did LinkinPark.com actually first go online?
Before.
That's a good question. Like we actually started our web activity before anything else.
Yeah, because I read there was like you guys were actually starting to put the word out about your band before, you know, there'd been any releases or anything like that.
We're definitely a band that you can totally say like we kind of broke on the web. And the cool thing about that is when we first went to do a U.S. tour, which we'd never done before, there were kids in all these different cities who already knew who we were because they'd heard our stuff on the internet, or they were on our street team, or they'd met someone.
It's really distracting you, man. Are you sort of concerned about the whole kind of fact that people are going to concentrate more on your tattoos and your piercings and your hairstyles and your dashing good looks?
Never. I mean, the last thing we worry about is like image. Honestly, I mean seriously, we walk around.
Coming from this guy.
I'm sorry, man. All respect due, but I mean...
No, I mean, seriously, like
Dramas
imaging
maybe,
to
but-
us is like getting in there, like getting into a place and having people do your hair and wearing, you know, leather clothes and like the glamour aspect.
I'd give
of
it
the
6
whole thing.
months before you were getting someone to do your hair and wearing leather clothes.
Well, I wanted to do it this morning, but it was going to take too much time because I was too lazy to do my hair.
Show him your hair.
Come on, man.
No,
Come on, man. That's
come on,
6 against 1.
come
You're
on.
going to back up? I'm so not going to edit that part.
Hi, Mom.
This proves that we're not an image-conscious band.
Sometimes we get 2 dressing rooms. It's nice to have 2 dressing rooms, especially when like at the beginning of this year, we weren't even getting one. We had to sit in our RV while other people had dressing rooms. That can be rough.
This is production office. This is where all the business happens. So basically, we don't know what goes on here, but let's go check it out.
Come on! Come on! They hate it when we come in here. We don't belong in here. We're just the band.
This is
where we keep BC.
This is AD from Van Head PE, also known as The King. The King.
Their drummer / tour manager.
Let's keep that a little quiet. Yeah. AKA Jack Daniels.
And I took him to school with the go-kart track the other night.
He did. Every once in a while.
He badged out. He badged out.
That's a nice sweater.
Every once in a while, you get a day off in between shows, and you get to go do fun stuff. Well, that wasn't a day off, but we had a day off the day after. We went go-kart racing with Head PE, and it was pretty dope. And BC schooled me.